one of only two sons of Fastnet Rock to stand at stud in New Zealand, and we all know how prolific Fastnet Rock is. So how's the past 12 months gone for him at the breeding barn?
He was really well supported last year, served 100 odd mares, and so just a little bit of history. Obviously he was raced by a syndicate with Te Akau Stud, and some of those people weren't breeders and moved on, and some stayed in. So, and a lot of them were new breeders. So I think they've had a really good experience with the horse and with mares, and David Ellis actually grouped quite a few of the mares together, and they sent them as a group. So that was nice, and those people are still involved, and they've got some lovely foals and good results this year. So it's actually been really nice having them involved. Been a lot of them been their first experience in the breeding industry. We sent some lovely mares ourselves to him, which I know we've said a few times on TV, but we do support our young horses with some nice mares, and he served very well, good fertility, and now we're on to that next stage, and extremely happy with the foals.
Marquis looks magnificent this season. You must be happy with the way he's developed.
Yes, certainly. I mean, he is a very strong horse. And quite like he is an attractive horse, which that's something you've got to be a little bit careful with Fastnet Rock. But he's a very attractive horse, Rock and Pop, but he's really filled out, and in fact during the off season he's one that we had to watch the condition on a little bit, because he is a very good doing horse, and he is a very strong animal. But no, he's fitted in very well, let down extremely well, and he's a big strong type of a stallion.
He himself topped the Premier sale in 2010, thanks in part to his incredible conformation. So what type of foals is he leaving?
Yeah, I mean, any of us, when we have a new stallion at stud, there's a lot of research going into it, and ourselves in particular, we do a lot of research on their type and the type of their family. And then, of course, it's a punt that we all take, that they leave types like themselves or like their family. And certainly at this stage here, we've actually had a lot of foals. We had a lot of foals earlier on in the season by him, and I've got to say, I'm just really, really taken by them. He's stamping them like himself, plenty of muscle, good heads, good bone, and very correct. I'm really, really taken by them.
Our cameras have captured a selection of Rock and Pop foals here today. The first foal we'll have a look at is out of an Oreilly Med, the Rock and Pop disguised colt. Tell us about him.
Yeah, well, I suppose he's a bit of a star for for Rock and Pop's first book. So he's now a half brother to the Jewel Group 1 winner in costume, and also he's a half brother to another listed winner. So the mare's done a wonderful job for us. And I think when we talk about the types of him, of Rock and Pops, the mare herself is a very small, indescript sort of a mare. She really is. She is nothing to write home about, and even if she managed to make herself New Zealand Broodmare of the Year, you wouldn't be painting a picture of her, I can tell you that. But Rock and Pop's left a nice foal out of her, good medium size, but strong and attractive. So he's got an amazing pedigree. The mare's doing a wonderful job, and there's an example of us putting one of our nicer mares that is doing a wonderful job to the young stallion.
The next colt we'll have a look at is out of Pensmere, Silver Fern, who's got a very impressive pedigree. Page who Grand Dam Emancipation.
Yeah, it's a family over the generations, just keeps firing. And once again on type, it's a family that doesn't carry a lot of muscle. And one of the reasons why we picked Silver Fern to go to Rock and Pop was to add the muscle onto it. And this is probably the best foal that she's had. He really is a nice foal. He's got the leg that the family has, but Rock and Pop's added the muscle.
The next colt we'll have a look at, Mark, is out of an Oreilly Med, Fight. He's got a fabulous walk. You alluded to it before. Rock and Pop's injecting so much leg into these foals.
Yeah, and she's a big mare as well. She's by Oreilly herself, and nice pedigree. She's one of Te Akau's mares, and so I was really happy to be able to ring David and tell him that he had a lovely foal born out of the mare. She's quite a big mare, and once again, she's added the leg to him as well, and Rock and Pop's put the muscle on, and that foal there will be a particularly nice foal to sort of go through the Te Akau system.
We'll take a look at a couple of his fillies. This mare is a wonderful type, Senorita Ivory, and this filly's no exception.
Yeah, once again a lovely filly, lovely mare, but she has left some mixed types. So this here is once again probably one of her best foals. Good New Zealand family, stakes placed herself and half to a couple of black type horses. So, but yeah, probably probably once again, and I know I keep saying it, but he certainly seems to be upgrading the types of these mares that we've talked about.
Finally, we check out a filly out of Pensmere, Propinquity. She's the oldest of the foals here today.
Yeah, so it was born earlier on in the season, as you say. A lovely family, the family of Rule of Engagement, Salsa, etc., etc. It's probably one of our best families. And nice young mare, nice young pins mare, and just a good, strong running type. You know, it looks like one that might go a bit earlier.
Rock and Pop offers breeders access to some exciting Group 1 blood. You've got that Danehill Sir Tristram influence in there. His dam Popsy, a double Group 1 winner herself. Have breeders supported him with the quality of mare you hoped for?
Yeah, probably. I mean, as I say, he served 100 mares last year, so that was nice and well supported by his syndicate and certainly ourselves. But the outside mares that came, there were some really nice mares amongst them, and with the foals that he's getting this year and the number of foals, it'll give him every opportunity to kick off hopefully a very prosperous stud career.
Standing for $9,000 plus GST down from $12,000 for Waikato Stud. That's a comparatively low price point. Why the drop in fee?
Well, I think just going into the second season, and we wanted good support, and if we can, we're still picking up mares now on the strength of these foals that he's having, and if he can serve around the same number as last year, which he's not far off that, I'll be extremely happy. And we just wanted to do that just to encourage people in, and as I say, off the back of the foals that we've had, that certainly is happening. And just give them every opportunity, and we're very fortunate to have a couple of high-priced horses that are doing an extremely good job, but we want to be able to cater for everybody in the market, so he fits in there nicely at that.
Numbers-wise, Mark, you're happy with how Rock and Pop's tracking?
Oh, for sure. As I say, if we can just about hit the same as last year, 100 odd, which we're heading that way, we're not far off it. It'll give him every opportunity. If he's good enough, the foals are good enough, they'll get out there, and then it'll be up to him.